Hi everyone, let's talk about sense making today. What is sense? How did it come from? What is sense all about? Sense is about making meaning of about everything and anything. Now, when we talk about sense making in our project, in the Nokia project that I did all by myself, and I really had help from all of the different perspectives and all of the different videos and the YouTube and the blogs that I've read. Now, why was I reading all of the blogs? Why was I collecting all of the data? Because of making sense of the Nokia business case. Now, it all started from the rich picture. Now, when I see the rich picture, how can I make a sense of it? Uh, I can make a sense that there are actors, there are companies, there are customers. Now, there are competitors too. So now I can see that there are different perspectives and there are different approaches to dealing with problems. So, for instance, the board of directors are going from here to there. Why are they going to Microsoft? Because of this. They experience a Microsoft. Now, this is making sense to me that they went to Microsoft beforehand for N series. That's why they are going for smartphone with Microsoft as well, because their experience was good with them, and that's how they came up with a new Lumia phone. Now, the sense to it is that every single thing has a meaning behind it. For this purchase decision, that was the meaning. For this contract, that was the meaning. I can simply correlate to that. Now, coming towards cat woes. Now, the sense making in this sense is that I get to know about the actors from rich picture to here. I know that there was a board, but do I know who were the people who were there in the board? I get to know about them here. CEO, Chief Information Officer, Chief Technology Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Sustainability Officer, Chief Innovation Officer. Now, the rich picture is directly interlinked with this, because my problem from there is getting simplified over here. That's making sense. Now, when I talk about the transformation in the worldview from here, I get to know the root definition. The x plus y is equal to z. To design a mobile phone through the principles of simplicity to produce a user-friendly device for all while carefully considering safety and privacy regulations. Now, the transformation over here is innovation with a purpose. Worldview is reliability, durability. Environmental constraint is information security. I get to see every single thing over here. Now, this, every single thing is interconnected. And why is it interconnected? Because the first system is making sense to this, and this is making sense to that. See, all of the systems are interconnected once again. Now, when I come towards the dynamic systems, the feedback loops, I come to know that the efforts that were being done over there in the cat force, from the actors who were making the transformations for the worldview to enhance, what were they doing? They were putting in efforts, they were increasing their sales, they were going into the Microsoft contract, but something comes into the loop. So, the interconnectivity, you can see that who were doing the efforts? The CEO, the CIO, the CTO. They were reinforcing to make a balance. Now, this leads to the fixing the problem of smartphone with a quick fix with Microsoft. Now, in sense making, we come to know about the psychological contracts. Now, the psychological contract was between Nokia and their Microsoft. Nokia thought that the user friendliness that they always provided with their with their customers, with the devices, they thought that Microsoft will incorporate that in their systems. But what happened? Microsoft came up with a new system which was not user friendly at all. With their Windows 10, with the Nokia Lumia, it wasn't user friendly anymore. The core belief of Nokia was gone into drain. Now it makes sense to me. Why? The actors I know from Catwo, the actors that I know from Rich Picture. What happened over there? The contracts, because of the contracts, this thing happened. The unintended consequence happened just because you want to tackle with the Apple and Android based devices, Samsung, LG, Sony, every single thing out there. You want to compete with them. That's why the system is not collaborating. Now, from this to this complex adaptive system, over here I come to know that the dynamic system is not as simple as it looks. It has something in there. What is there? Interaction between the agents. How our agents are self-organizing themselves. How is the company co-evoluting? What's the standards are there to handle the edge of chaosness? Now, from dynamic system we came to know what the problem was. From complex adaptive system we came to know how the things are being dealt with. Now the edge of the time, it clearly tells me that that Nokia, who wanted to achieve a consumer experience that was totally user friendly, that was the need of the hour at that time. The product and development meetings were incorporated between Microsoft and Nokia, two different companies. They had their meetings just because Nokia wanted to achieve user friendliness. Now, how do I come to know about this complex adaptive system? Now, when it comes to complex adaptive system, I told you earlier that it's all about adaptability when it comes to time. Now sense making comes into play once again. That I learned that in the dynamic system there was a psychological contract between Microsoft and Nokia, but in order to make it real, in order to do it in black and white, they had product design and development meetings together. Just because of the psychological contract, it was the later stage that they wanted to have it between both of them, so that whatever the needs Nokia had, whatever the needs Microsoft had, they can be combined together. All right. From complex adaptive system we comes towards the end, service ecosystem. In service ecosystem, what sort of sense can I make? I can make a sense that what sort of resources am I getting from the actors? What sort of services being exchanged between the actors? What sort of institutional exchanges happening between the certain actors? Now, it gives me a true picture from the rich picture till the service ecosystem, that what was the underlying issue. The underlying issue was once again user friendliness, which I come to know from every single system out there. Why? Because they all are interconnected. Nokia wanted to co-create to make a smartphone to compete with the competitors. Where do I came to know about that? I came to know about that from the fixes that fail system archetype. I came to know that Nokia went into contract with Microsoft in the rich picture. I came to know which actors came into play to bring both of these companies together to build this smartphone. Now, all of these system approaches are making sense to me. From rich picture, from Cat4 to the root definition, to the dynamic system, to the CAS, and in the end, I get to know that what was really happening behind the picture. Two companies combining to achieve maximum revenues. Two companies combining to achieve a device that was compliant with the Board of Security and Protection. Now, the rich picture was a bit thorough. The Catwo became a bit precise. The system archetypes became a bit constructive. The CAS was the underlining approach where I came to know what was happening in the organization itself. Now, the service ecosystem tells me where things went wrong because of the underlining issues. The co creation, the co branding, that's where things went out of the hand. Now, if you just know the service ecosystem, you cannot tell what was the answer to the whole problem, what was the value chain issue, what was happening in the change management process. You cannot just tell it. You need to know every single approach to come towards the conclusion of service ecosystem. That's it from my side. I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much.